What's up, guys? Tree Boy Life presents. Felling a large white oak tree. Yo, this job was something else. Again, I had to take all the weight off of this tree that was leaning toward the front there, and if you'll notice, it is very faint, but you might be able to see later on in this video where I waved to the lineman guy. He was out there actually putting the line back up. You can halfway see the truck there. But we had the propane tank. I was so fortunate. I was cutting. You can see all that big white oak limbs. I mean, these limbs bigger than your thigh. Pretty decent size. Some of them way bigger. Because I was trying to explain to the guy I'm working for, hey, I don't, I don't mind dropping big trees, and it's just you need to be able to be in a position to where you can really, really have a lot of room. So I didn't want to take no chance. And then if I'm going to be the one cutting it down, I'm going to make sure that it's going to go the way I want it to. I want it to go straight backwards. I don't know if he realized it, and a lot of people too, oh, you can do this, you can do that, but the tree can get hung up on little hang limbs and, and other trees and vines and stuff. And there's so many obstacles and things that people don't take into consideration when falling big trees, especially when you can't put a piece of equipment behind it. And this guy particularly had a skid steer, a little smaller one, that would have helped pushing the thing backwards without having to take so much off of it. But just to be sure, I basically skint the whole front of it off, and took all the way. And then you got, again, like a propane tank there working around that thing. I don't know if it was full or not, but I was so fortunate. As far as I know, I didn't damage a line or anything. And you take that into consideration because this was a contract job. And like I was telling other guys online, I got to post a video on pricing and things like that, especially for climbing, and then just in general pricing, how I do it at least. Everybody's going to be different. Everybody's outfit is different, but I'll show you guys that at some point. Plan on putting it out maybe this week, if not the next. That's what I'm working toward. It's got, as always, life, so much going on, family and everything. But anyways, back to this tree. And this tree right here, I mean, is something. I mean, it looks like I'm kicking out a lot of dust, and to some degree I am, but I didn't realize what was going on until I look inside of it, and you'll kind of see why. I thought this would make a big, really pretty log, but it's not, actually don't look as good as it actually does from the outside. The inside looks terrible. So it was a good call to get the tree down, but at any rate, just really being careful. Big tree like this, take your time. And you'll notice too in a little while here, you'll see where, communicating. Like I'm going to have, when I work for people, that's why I like to bring my own people with me. But work for other people, everybody does things differently, but communicating, you can almost cut nearly, even with this tree having so much weight to that backside, you'll notice I'll cut almost all of it off, but this tree, that hinge will still hold really good. I mean, so you don't have to, you got some guys that want to pull as soon as you start cutting your back cut. Now that would be nice if that tree was only about a foot in diameter. A 24-inch bar would have ran right through it, so you can pull immediately when you start hitting that back cut. But most of the time, big trees like this, you just have to wait for the cutter to signal you if you got a rope in it, because we do have a pull rope in the woods in addition to the felling wedges. Because again, I don't want to take no chance this big joker roll off the um the stump or whatever the situation may be. I had to make sure, because again, I ain't trying to charge my insurance. I ain't trying to pay no deductible. I ain't trying to pay for nothing. I'm just trying to get paid and leave. So that's just my mind state when I come into a job like this. But again, I didn't anticipate having to cut this whole tree down either, with this guy in particular. But it works out however it works out. But you see how dead inside that tree is? But yeah, it's something else. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to kind of mention a few things about this. But yeah, you drop big trees like this, you just have to really be careful. I mean, if you got equipment or if you got a lot of space, you can do whatever. But sometimes when you don't have that, you have to really take all that weight off. Or really, in other words, just know what in the world you're doing. Um, and hopefully the people that are with you know what they're doing too, so you won't have to compensate for them so much. So there you have it. But I'm gonna let you get back to the video, and then too, sometimes these trees again takes time on to climb them, but even cutting them down, it's not always just clean cut. like a 1, 2, 3, 4, but it takes some steps, you know. So you have to kind of work through everything in progression. And there you have it. But I'm gonna get on out, guys. And thanks so much again for watching, and I appreciate you as always for hanging out with me, taking this journey with me. You have a good day, and peace out. You know, with me, Tree Boy for life.
Snaps, boy. Good job, boy. Thank you for helping. We made it happen. I sure did. But I had to have help pulling them big jokers. I was gonna grab, I was gonna grab one. Cool. Yeah, you ready? You want a word?